Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome to this new solo leveling arise video. Today I'm gonna show you how we're going to beat tier 15 in this simulation gate as free to play using low combat power team. As you can see, this is my team. We have Ayla, mandatory A1. You must have A1 on Ayla. We have Goganhi A5. We have Dongsoo. We don't even have his weapon and he's only A2, so this is extremely F2B run. The reason why we bring Dongsoo, first of all, his ultimate hit multiple hits, and you will understand why we need that. And the second reason, he can destroy the shields, and this is really important in this content. So let's start and show you how. Okay, so this is pre-recorded video. I in this run I got the perfect buff or code that I should start with. Now, if we see here, the first thing that we want to do is target this mage. This one have the highest HP among all the mobs here, and since we are far behind in the combat power, even those mini mobs is big challenge for us. We barely deal any damage here, as you can see. We want to AoE all the moves as possible while focusing the DPS on this mage, as you can see in this screen. Mainly will swap between Goganhi and Dongsoo, should be able to destroy them as long as your combat power around 600, 650 probably still doable. Below that, I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be possible to even kill those mobs unless you really have good advancements and other things. So here is the trick. This is the buff that you want to hunt. So you should always start with this buff. What this one does when you use your ultimate, it has 10% chance to deal damage equal to 25% of their current HP. Keep in mind, this is not their max HP. It is their current HP. So if they become very low on health, this one won't deal as much damage. But when they are full health, this is gonna destroy them. Why someone like Dongsoo is extremely valuable here? Because his ultimate dealing multiple hits, so he has multiple chances to activate this buff. So this is the first buff that we want to get. There's a lot of other buffs that can help in clearing this content. However, the most important one is the one that I show you now. This is mandatory. And the other important one is the reset, ultimate reset. And it's very obvious why we need that, because we will be able to even deal more damage. There are also some other kind of buffs that deal like laser. Uh, those buffs are good because they're gonna deal damage based on the content, not based on your stats. So the damage of those beams or lasers doesn't really scale with your stats or combat power. As you see here, nothing really good, because we are not trying to increase our DPS since it is shitty to begin with. Our DPS is extremely bad, so we are not going to try to do that. I tried my luck to get something different, maybe alt reset, maybe another copy from the previous buff, but I didn't get anything. This is the kind of buffs that I told you it's also good to have, but you need to get the highest tier from them. And one like this, where you need to hit the target 20 times, isn't good. The better one is like when you use your QTE or your ultimate. Now I have to settle on one of them because I don't really have any other option. I'm just gonna pick whatever. Any one of those could work, because I won't be able to spam 20 attack with Dongsoo. Despite him being a defensive scaler, Dongsoo can really get one shot in this content. So yeah, the only one that can really tank damage in this team is Goganhe. I believe you have seen the damage from 40 bar. to 23 bars of health. Uh, just with one ultimate, nearly deleted half of his HP. But remember, the lower the boss become, the lower the damage we deal with this buff. So we use Isla buff to reactivate Dongsoo. As you can see, his ultimate back really fast, and we try to do as much damage as we could do with Gogan. Remember, this content has weakness against light, which mean Ayla and Dongsoo won't really deal that much damage, despite, I mean, they dealing some damage, but whatever. uh, Another alt from Dongsoo, and you just seen how the boss used shield. We immediately destroyed it with Dongsoo attack. As you can see here, it's just continuous DPS. I believe we have enough DPS to burst him. Yeah, there we go. Isla's alt. Probably swap to Dongsoo. Not enough damage. I'm going to go to Goganhi. Probably Goganhi will do it. And barely on the time. If you got something like Alt Reset or Bitter Proc, you will do way better than this. Now, we don't really, none of those buffs are really good, but we have to pick something that, you know, better than nothing. Okay, so another trick that I usually do here, as you can see, I use Isla's Q here. Probably, I think I swapped my keys, so I use her second basic skill. What this does, it will charge Dongsoo's alt before we get to the next stage. So once we defeat the boss, the timer will stop. So before I go to the next stage, I make sure my Isla's alt and Dongsoo's alt, both of them, is ready. So, and this trick really helps a lot to clear faster. Now we start obviously with Dongsoo alt, drain as much HP as we could, and spam to switch to Goganhi, dealing some damage, going to Isla. Okay, we use alt, moving to Isla. Reset Dongsoo's alt. And the time for the big boy, the OG Dongsoo, the best DPS in the game. Look at the boss HP disappear, guys. It's so satisfying when you see your hunters deleting content like million times stronger than them. Yeah, not ready yet. He will jump. He used his shield, but we have Dongsoo here, so fear not. And time to destroy him. As you see, the damage, since it's percentage damage, it won't deal too much damage when the boss is really low, as you know, 1, 2, 3 bars left. Yeah, the boss is dead. Again, not a good buff. I mean, this run wasn't really that lucky run. You could possibly get way better buffs than what I got. Now, this QT is good, but the problem with this one, Isla's core attack take forever to charge. So if this was dark or light, I would take it. But since this is wind, and Dongsoo next to Isla in the order, I'm not gonna take it. I'm gonna just refresh. I don't really have many choices. I'm going to stick with the core attack one since the max stacks is infinite. We're going to repeat the same thing we did before. We charge our ultimate. So Dongsoo's ult isn't ready. We go to Ayla, use her skill, charge Dongsoo's ult, and then we move to the next boss. Uh, he will jump immediately on us, so just dash and ult and drain his HP. Watch his HP melt. Now we only got one copy of that buff, which by the way, if you got two blue copies, it will convert the buff to the purple version or the heroic version. And if you got three copies, it will make it a legendary or the yellow version of the buff. The higher the buff tier, the more percentage damage it will deal, and the higher activation chance. As you see, I'm struggling right now, and this is really difficult. If I had like a heroic version of the buff at this point, which not really that crazy, it wouldn't be that hard. Anyway, also I didn't get any alt reset yet, so yeah, this is gonna be a little bit challenging, but we do our best. Dongsoo alt is not ready. Now we swap to Ayla, use her skill. Now Dongsoo's alt should be back, which our main source of damage. That's really good. Now we can burst him with Gogan and Sayonara. Yeah, we can say goodbye to this boar arc. He just fight the wrong guy. Again, not a single good buff. So we just stick with the first one, although it's just a blue version. But what this one does when we use extreme evasion, we get our alt back faster. And our alt almost ready on Dongsoo. And we going immediately to the first challenge. And this is gonna be hard since no alt reset yet and no higher tier of the percentage health percentage damage. So this circle is one shot. If Dongsoo stay inside or Ayla stay inside, they gonna die immediately. There is no chance they would survive this. The only one that can survive that attack is Gogan. But Dongsoo or Ayla, at least my Dongsoo or my Ayla, I mean they died already. So I can't. I'm telling you this from experience. And Ayla's alt activated the buff. She used shield. Fear not. We have Dongsoo and time to drain her HP. There we go. Perfecto. Now she nearly 25% of her health, 24 whatever. And we want another alt from our big guy Dongsoo. But the problem, as I said, he could get one shot if you don't dodge properly. He can handle auto attack, but skill, he will get one shot. There we go. And Mr. Dongsoo is coming. Use Ayla's ult and the big guy. There we go. She used her skill. Now I want to tank this with Gogan. I didn't honestly see the outer border of the circle, so I couldn't dodge it. That's why I had to tank it. And we move now to Dongsoo to finish the job, since she has shield, and pretty much that's it. End it with Gogan here. And yeah, so far not a single good buff. um, we don't really have many options, so we just pick any one of them. Doesn't really matter, none of them gonna help much. We just recover health, MB and HP and all that things here, and collect this chest. Now we going to the next phase. This boss is one of the easiest for me, to be honest. If you had nice buffs at this point, you could probably one shot them, or at least double ult them if you have the alt reset. So this is gonna be piece of cake if you were lucky, but in this run we weren't really that much lucky. Except the first buff that we got in the first stage, which by the way we repeated the instance like 30 or 40 times to get it. No luck at all. However, still doable. Look at Dongsoo. Look at Dongsoo, guys. Look at Dongsoo, guys. Again, not a single good buff. We just picking this one, which give us 5% chance to insta break the target. When we use any skill that deal break damage to the target, we have a certain percentage to insta break the target. And yeah, hopefully it will work. We going to the next boss. He's not really that hard. Wait, this is the hardest boss, except the hunters and Sanju. But the normal bosses, this is the hardest one. I remember him, the hobgoblin, throwing bombs around, and all his attacks one shot Dongsoo and Ayla. So if I miss anything, I will get one shot. So pretty much we try to finish those monsters without wasting too much here. Uh, this one is actually good. The golden one. So we taking that because, as I said, those this kind of damage doesn't really scale on your stats. So despite your damage garbage, those can still deal really good damage. Now this is the last stage before we go up and face the hobgoblin. Just finish those guys. Only last guy left. We have to deal with him. Once we're done with the guy, we head to the hobgoblin. Yeah, this guy's so tanky. You can't understand how bad my damage is by watching me suffer in a normal monster. Finally, double alt cast, which 30% chance, by the way, and 10-second cooldown. Now I'm just checking my buffs that I do have right now, and I just noticed that this version of the dark remove the shield effect. So I haven't seen any other buff dealing this before, and honestly I just noticed this now in this run, I mean. And the yeah, this is very good one. removing the shield, decrease the target defense. Yeah, it's very solid. Now we're heading to the Hobgoblin, the scary monster. But our problem still, our main source of damage, the buff, the percentage health damage, is still on low tier. We can't do that insane burst with our current state. But we still got double alt activation, and there we go. Dongsoo shine. Oh my god, Dongsoo is the real good. Okay. We try to avoid death here. The bump is behind, so I'm gonna take the damage anyway. I'm gonna take it on Gogani because he's the only one that can survive that explosion. Anyone else will die immediately. Avoid all the bumps, since we guaranteed now that we won this. We don't want to screw this up. By the way, if you got double alt cast and you got the that percentage health to legendary, you don't really need to try to get any other source of damage. Just uh, just get defensive buffs so you don't die because you have more than enough damage. Now, none of them is really that much helpful. This one increased damage, this one increased damage, this one stun target, although not much helpful, but I think this is the best option. Okay, we took the buffs here. Now, since we have enough data fragment, we could go to the maintenance, and yeah, we have 600, and upgrade our main source of damage that you will see now. Okay, so this is all the buffs that we can upgrade. Each upgrade cost 300. As you can see, this is the difference between the heroic and the rare version. We just gonna upgrade it right now to the heroic, and once we do that, we will upgrade it to the legendary version. Now 15% activation chance and 30% of the boss HP. Cool, right? The difference is massive, and you will understand yourself once you see it. Now this is the next goal. This is what we want to upgrade next. Reactivation. Double alt, delete the bosses. This is the cheat code that we want. Now check if this 150 data fragment could buy me anything, but yeah, there is nothing good. So we're just moving to the next stage, and I want you to see the damage, guys. Look at Dongsoo damage when he gets the legendary version. Look how broken Dongsoo is. What do you think, guys? One alt, he deleted the whole stage. Insane. No comment. I was surprised. He didn't even get time to transform. By the way, he's supposed to transform to his silver main form, and that's how it should usually work. But he didn't know that he's playing against Dongsoo, guys. Now, going to Mr. Egress. Now I didn't really need it, but look how lucky I was in this case. You remember the buff that I have 5% chance to instantly break the target? It worked here when I didn't really need it. I mean, the boss was dead. But I mean, at least we got some advantage out of that buff. Probably that one, the first one, is the best version out of the three. And yeah, time to get ready for Mr. Sun Jin Woo. But before that, the ultimate double cast. 250. Open the box. And then re-upgrade it because we got another coins, and there we go. Those two skills is what you need to do this, guys. And it will become piece of cake, extremely piece of cake. Look what gonna happen to the poor Sun Jin-woo when he decide to mess up with Dongsoo. He disappeared in the mid of my ult. I couldn't one-shot him. Double ult from Gogan here as well. Now he have Igris to help him, but he can't do anything. Look, 6 ults. What can he do? What can he do? He's against Dongsoo, guys. It's over from the beginning. And yeah, simply this is the way that you do it. Now you will collect the rewards. This was my first clear for this stage, so I'll get a bunch of decent rewards, as you can see at the bottom of the screen. Nearly 5,000 essence stone. Actually, it's more than 4,000 because we have the mission ones. I'm gonna use them trying to get my Thomas to A5. I'm currently at A4, and there we go. Nothing. You can tell from the voice. And yeah, another one and nothing. Well, I hope this was helpful for you guys. I've tried my best to give you a good idea and actual gameplay of how you can clear this simulation gate with the proper team. Now, I'm gonna tell you before I end this video real quick. Some alternatives that you can use instead of Dongsoo if you weren't lucky and you don't have Dongsoo, guys. So the first alternative is actually Emma. Emma's doing fantastic job here. Another person, I didn't try it myself. I tried Emma. Emma doing fantastic. Yo Soyeon alt hitting multiple times as well, but I need to try myself. I tried Emma, I tried Dongsoo, both of them work well. You can use Charlotte as well. Charlotte work good as well. Who else that hit multiple times? I mean, Thomas is fine. You can use Thomas as well. Those are the most useful hunters to replace Dongsoo with. But yeah, I will prioritize Emma, honestly. But since you don't have Dongsoo ability to remove the shields, you will need to bring Melon with him, or pray to get that buff that remove shields, because shields is so annoying, and like they counter this mechanic. So yeah, hopefully this video was helpful for you guys. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to support me in the Marvel support program. Like the video, share it with your friends, and let me know in the comment section down below which tier you are at and which hunter you are using. And if there's something you want me to cover in the next video, I'll be happy to make it for you guys. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.